Hey guys, so if you haven't watched my worst landlord video, I will leave a link. You might want to go watch that one to the end before you watch this one. Okay, so at the end of the video I did talking about my horrible landlord, I let you guys know that he was evicting my husband and I. So we went to court on Friday the 13th, and we had to do a mediation thingy with his lawyer, which is funny because the paperwork we had, nowhere on it was there mention of my name or there being a second tenant in the apartment. It was just my husband's name. So my husband and I go to court, and my husband goes to do the mediation thing, and he looks at them flat out and says, look, there's another person that resides in that apartment. It's my wife. I'm not making any decisions without her. So they pull me in. Apparently, my landlord didn't even tell his lawyer that I live here. Looking back on it, I think I made the wrong decision on this. My husband and I agreed that we won't pay him anything, and we will be out by May 15th. I know that my landlord wanted his money, that I refused to pay him because he refused to repair my apartment. The fact that he agreed to not getting paid a penny, looking back on it, while his lawyer stepped out to verify with him whether or not that was okay, I should have stopped and thought about it and been like, oh, if that lawyer comes back and says, yeah, he'll take the deal, that means his lawyer probably advised him not to fight with us in court. And if his lawyer is advising not to fight in court, then that means I probably would have won. So I think, looking back on it, I made the wrong decision with my husband, but we did end up agreeing that, we don't want to live here anyway. We've been trying to find another place. It's very difficult when you need a place that you can park a 35-foot long tow truck, because the area we live in, you cannot park it on the street. We were like, whatever, worst comes to worst, we can't find a place, I guess we'll just live in the cars till we can find somewhere to live, which that's not going to be fun. But we don't have to pay him a penny, and I really think I made the wrong decision. I mean, the mediator looked at my husband and I and told us that it was a really risky move to fight in court because the judge would sit there and look at all the repairs that need to be done to the apartment. And I guess each thing has a set amount off of the rent that it balances out to. And if we had owed even like $5, we wouldn't have been given like a month to vacate the property. So that's why my husband and I decided we didn't want to fight in court about it. We were like, that's really risky because even something like $5 owed, we would still end up having to be out, basically. I think it was like 3 days. So we opted not to risk getting put in that situation and just be like, zero money owed, and we'll be out by the 15th of May. However, while we were there, one of our upstairs neighbors shows up too. Apparently, he was trying to evict them, and they had stopped paying rent to him for the exact same reason, because he refused to repair their apartment. They, I guess, had a lot of their property damaged, and I guess they said they were suing him. So I gave them all the photos of my apartment for their lawsuit. Hopefully they can get quite a chunk of change out of him for it. My husband and I have just about exactly a month, because due date is April 15th when I'm filming this, and we've got till May 15th to pack up and be gone. And I've been looking for a very, very long time, like months and months, for a place that we can go. And I haven't been able to find anything, because we have to be able to park the tow truck he drives for work at least close by. Like right now, he actually parks half a block away. We're lucky that we can do that. So we don't know what we're gonna do. We have no friends or family that have the available space for us to rent out from them, like, just rent a room type thing. we don't have enough money to buy a house, and finding a rental is apparently not working for us. So, yeah, it looks like we're living in cars for, you know, at least a couple of months. Because at this point, it looks like we're gonna have no choice but go buy a house. And in order to buy a house, we need some type of down payment, and my husband's credit score is like a couple points off for getting approved on a loan. And originally we just wanted to buy some time until, you know, we could get the money that we're missing for a down payment on a house together, and by then my husband's credit score would be where it needs to be. But that's not gonna happen. So, yay for being homeless in a month. I'm trying so hard to stay positive about this. I mean, hopefully something happens and, you know, we're able to find a place to live at least for a couple of months. Because I don't want to live in a car. I don't think my husband wants to live in a car. I don't think my dog is going to be happy if we live in a car. And I really don't want to have to rehome him. He is my child as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, so my husband and I are kind of at a loss. We don't know what to do. I've reached out to everyone I can think of to try and figure out something so we are not homeless and living in cars. But so far, no luck. If you guys have some kind of suggestion, I am happy to hear it. Please don't suggest getting state aid for housing because we do qualify. There's just absolutely nowhere my husband can park his truck for work. So at that point, it's not even worth going and investigating into that. So outside of state housing, if you've got some kind of suggestion on how my husband and I can get a roof over our heads, I would love to hear it. At this point, I kind of need to find something, and on very short notice. So now you guys know what all happened with my terrible landlord. I really hope that my neighbors are able to get thousands and thousands of dollars out of him that he claims he doesn't have, and that's why he couldn't repair the place. But yet his lawyer turns around and says in court that part of the reason we're getting evicted and he won't just repair the apartment is because he's going to evict everybody and repair each apartment, but he can only do a couple of them at a time. I'm pretty sure that's a bunch of baloney. But that's an opinion, I don't really know. So there's the update on what all happened there. Let me know if you think I made the wrong decision, because looking back on it, I really think I did. I think that if his lawyer advised him to take the deal of we'll be out by the 15th of May and not pay him a penny, that means his lawyer knows that we probably would have won. So, either way, guess I gotta find a new place. Which, I already was anyway. I've been looking for like 6 months now. It's actually longer than that. And like I said, 35-foot long truck that you can't park on the side of the road makes finding a place to live very difficult. So I will see you guys next Tuesday with a new story, and yeah, I'm gonna have to find somewhere else to film. Bye!